Okay, the latest Chick Food podcast. Who's here? I'm here. Hello, I'm Rob. We also have Raven.
Hello.
And we have Graham.
Hello.
And we have no Adam.
No.
Adam's gone. Or Angry James.
No Angry James.
He's
no
legged it as
Adam,
well.
Nobody.
So it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very intimate conversation. Raven, you've got to do more talking to pick up the slack.
Great, you want me to do more talking where my mouth is in physical pain?
Yep. Raven's had a tooth out and his mouth hurts, but he's got to talk more.
Was that intended?
It was.
Oh, that's all
yes,
right.
it wasn't smashed out.
Oh, right, okay, that's all right. And it's like,
No,
Like
the
it was, no.
yeah, no, a dentist.
oh,
Did
yeah,
it.
right, okay.
A dentist intentionally took it out.
Right, so you won't be getting a knock on the door from somebody like from social
Services.
services.
I don't know, maybe. Okay, let's go straight into it. What came out this week? It was quite a big list, actually, of what came out. Here are the highlights. 2000 AD, issue 2000. Yay. Action Comics 964, Wonder Woman 7, Batgirl number 3, Batman Beyond number 1, Blue Beetle number 1, X-Men 92 number 7.
Oh, my favourite.
Very much so. Captain America Steve Rogers number 5, Civil War 2 Kingpin number 3, Deadpool 19, Deadpool Annual number 1, Detective Comics 941, 941. That was Night of the Monster Men part 3. Flash number 7, Harley Quinn and the Gang of Harleys number 6, Hellblazer number 2, New Avengers 16, Rocket Raccoon and Groot, Spider-Man Deadpool number 9, Star Wars 23, Suicide Squad 3, Teen Titans Rebirth number 1, Titans number 3 and Wacky Raceland number 4. So that's pretty much what came in this week. Graham, have you read anything this week?
I've not read anything from this week's list because I've only just got into the shop.
Right, it's because someone was out drinking all night.
Somebody was out drinking all night, yeah, and they sort of rolled in or gone 1 o'clock
Whoa.
and was hanging this morning. So yeah, not a lot's been read, but I just had a quick look through Deadpool. They seem to be sort of flitting backwards and forwards between like the timelines on that one because and I'm not quite sure why they're doing it because they've got a team of writers and artists on the comic and it seems to be let's write 2 or 3 comics and then go off on a tangent.
Right. Are they like fill-in issues that
it's
they've already written them and drawn them, and then if they get behind on their
I don't know whether that's the case or
release
whether
schedule, they just chuck one in to.
I don't know whether that's the case or whether they've got a second team of people that are writing the odd issue every now and again. But this is the second or third time where they've gone into like the future, and Deadpool's a really old man,
Really?
And it's.
Are they doing like an old man Logan with it?
Very similar, and it's another character. Another character is Deadpool,
Right.
or dressed up in a Deadpool type costume, and it just seems that what they're doing is they'll bring out 2 or 3 issues in.
It's
like,
yet another version of the same character.
Yeah, and they'll flip backwards and forwards. I mean, they've done it as well, where they've gone into the past, and it's because I know we've spoken about it before in a previous podcast, where they've done it along the premise of we're behind with writing the comic, so here's one we wrote in the 1970s where Deadpool's prattling around in Harlem dressed as a pimp. It makes the comic disjointed. And to be honest with you, of all the Deadpool ongoing titles that there've been, this seems to be the most lackluster.
Right.
Because you start to get a bit of momentum and then they'll chuck another issue in that...
All right, it's quite interesting because there's certain... I mean, we all read a lot of comics.
Yeah.
Like the three of us read an awful lot of comics. And I personally think that certain companies, whether it's DC or Marvel, Dynamite, IDW, Dark Horse, Image, Rebellion, whatever company it is, certain ones will look at them and say, right, we're going to promote the single issue, right?
Yeah.
Whereas other ones tend to promote trade paperbacks more.
Yeah.
So when you read the single issues, you're almost at a disadvantage. This isn't how you're supposed to read it. This has been designed to be consumed in a trade paperback, not a single issue.
That seems to be happening more and more. It seems to be that a lot of stories are geared for, right, let's do a storyline which is 6 issues long, and and either cram all this action into 6 issues, or try and extend it so it lasts for 6 issues, so we can bring it out in a trade.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you look at 10 years ago, all right, yeah, we had trades come out.
Yeah, but it was more geared towards single issues.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that, yeah, I mean, like I say, with the Deadpool title, they seem to be doing that, where they're bringing out certain issues, and it's like, that's a nice little package for Deadpool. But to be honest with you, I think they're just phoning it in at the moment because of the publicity that Deadpool's had recently with the film coming out. I was chatting to somebody online recently. The Deadpool comics back issues have just gone through the roof. Really? And people are asking really stupid prices for the comics. They're not necessarily selling them at that price, but people think,
if enough people want it,
Deadpool, yeah, brilliant. The film's out. Somebody's going to buy it for 20 quid, you know, and it's no, nobody's going to buy it at that price.
Yeah, I know.
Which is unfortunate because I know you don't like him, but Deadpool's an absolutely brilliant character. I've liked him ever since his first appearance in New Mutants number 98, you know, and I've followed him right the way through from that.
I didn't realise
this seems to be the most lacklustre period for Deadpool.
Deadpool's second appearance was in X-Force 2.
Yes.
And I had that. I actually bought them when they came out. I really enjoyed those. Yeah. The first X-Force, when it was being written and drawn by Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
I really liked them. And then he buggered off and did Youngblood.
Yeah. Yeah, those comics are absolutely fantastic. And it's a shame that we don't actually stock some of the earlier stuff, mid-90s stuff, because Marvel, there was a heck of a lot of really good storylines and really good characters that were being pushed quite heavily by Marvel, and
I think it was because all of the X titles were pushed really heavily.
Yeah, I
mean, and then as soon as the films started picking up, Marvel tended to draw back, and then not promoting them as much as what they used to.
Yeah,
because the biggest titles was the X titles, and Spider-Man. Yeah. Hence why they were sold off to Sony, because they were the cream of the crop.
Yeah,
and that's why Iron Man was made first, because no one cared who Iron Man was. And it's only in the last 6-7 years that these characters have become as popular as they are now.
Yeah.
Because beforehand, no one gave a damn what happened to Iron Man. I mean, they turned him into an alcoholic. And no one at the time went, "Oh, you can't do this to my character! How dare you!"
Yeah, it's a bit strange the way they're going about things at the moment, because they also seem to be forsaking certain characters.
Yeah.
Which,
like Fantastic Four.
Yeah. They've completely split up now. You've got one in the Uncanny Avengers. You've got Ben Grimm out doing stuff with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Aren't they? Oh no, they're not yet. But the latest previews that we got this week, the Guardians of the Galaxy are being grounded on Earth.
Yeah.
They're losing their ship and they're stuck on Earth.
Yeah.
So is that a way of getting Ben Grimm back then?
I don't know, but you've got Reed and Sue that are nowhere to be seen at the moment.
I have no idea where they are.
I mean, the last time I saw them was at the end of Civil War. No, not Civil War, sorry.
Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, that's the one. Yeah, there's so many wars about at the moment.
Civil or Secret?
Yeah.
Bloody heroes declaring wars.
I know, they're terrible, aren't they? Yeah, so
I'm declaring war!
On stress.
That was an IT crowd quote, in case anyone didn't get it.
Including me. Yeah, so yeah.
I bet he's going to declare war again. I'm declaring war! Told you. Yeah, okay. Right, what else came out? Issue 2000 of 2000 AD. I know I'm the only one that read it.
Are you?
You haven't read it, have you?
I haven't read it, no. Somebody sold all the Diamond exclusive covers, didn't they? And that's like, oh.
Yeah, that was me, sorry.
Was it?
I've sold 3 today.
Damn it.
Sorry. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I knew I was going to enjoy it, and I did enjoy it.
Good.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
Was it good?
It was good. It was so good, in fact, that they've completely sold out. It's the first time in the 40-year history that 2000 AD is sold out, and they've got to go back for a second print.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And apparently they overprinted anyway, and they all went everything. So there's going to be yet another cover coming out
That's not really surprising, considering it's 2000 AD, it's issue number 2000.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of people that are like myself who are thinking, oh, that's going to be a comic to buy and keep.
Yep.
But not getting one.
You can have one, you just can't have the limited cover, that's all.
Talking of 2000 AD, has there been any more information about this? Was it an expo next year in February for its
they haven't said anything yet.
40th anniversary?
No. Everything gets announced next month, I think.
Right, okay.
When the ticket prices go up, but they're being deliberately when they're being deliberately vague on what's gonna be there.
Right, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're holding off like certain information, whether it's to do with Dread 2 or a TV series, or I still think they're doing a Strontium Dog film. I don't know. I think there's going to be some big news announced there.
Right, okay.
I'm still going.
You're still going.
I'm still going.
I've not changed my opinion in the last week.
No, I'm still going to be there. But yeah, that's going to be good.
Well, I've been told I can save up my pocket money and go if I want to.
Oh, so does that mean less comics?
It would have to be, yeah. Which is not good, because
that's not good, is it?
I've just, being a Marvel fan, I've just committed an ultimate sin.
You have, haven't you?
I've committed an ultimate sin.
Tell everyone what you've done, Graham.
Oh, do I have to?
Yeah, tell them.
All right, okay. I've started collecting the new Suicide Squad series, and that is
from DC.
That is purely because of the artist.
Who is Jim Lee?
Jim Lee, yeah, absolutely.
Who is a very well-known Marvel
artist,
but now he's co-publisher of DC.
And just going back to what we were saying before, I mean, he was very instrumental in a lot of the X-Men storylines going on in '91.
Yeah,
which is when really that was really the golden age of X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, even I used to buy them all then.
Yeah,
all of them: X-Force, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor.
Yeah, Excalibur.
Yes, I did. I quite liked Excalibur because I quite liked the Captain Britain aspect of it.
Yes.
I still buy Captain Britain now whenever I see it.
So where are they now?
I don't know. Why haven't they done a Captain Britain film? I'd watch it.
They were looking at doing a TV series at one point, because they dropped
a few times.
They dropped a picture of his suit, didn't they?
Yes.
And
that's
sort
right.
of laid a little hint,
a designer was working on one.
That's right.
Yeah.
And nothing else has come
nothing
forward.
else has been said yet. But I think that would be fantastic if they did that.
Oh, I would, yeah. Especially if it's set in the UK.
Yeah. Raven, have you ever read Captain Britain?
No, wasn't he in World War II as well?
World War II? No.
No, but I would have thought it would be made when Captain America was made.
No, Captain Britain was the late 70s. It was an old when Marvel was doing British comics weekly.
Because you had Marvel UK, so they would bring out like their own editions of stuff, because
purely aimed at the UK audience.
Yeah. And Marvel brought out Captain Britain to try and sell comics and sell the idea of comics in the UK, because it was mainly things like Beano, Dandy, that sort of stuff that kids would, that's why there seems to be a bit more of a stigma in the UK as sort of like, you collect comics, or how many Dandy comics have you got? So it's not in the States where it's all sort of superhero stuff. The character then is a lot different to...
It's completely different. And I not a particular fan of the original Captain Britain, because he had like a mask on, but he had like blonde wavy hair sticking out the top, and he had like a scepter. I wasn't a massive fan of that. I started reading it when Alan Moore redesigned him
to the Union flag design.
And I bought that trade paperback around the same time as I started reading superhero comics, because I used to hate superhero comics. They were pointless. I never used to like them.
Blasphemy.
And then I read Batman and I thought, I like this. So I read the first Alan Moore Captain Britain big story they did. I can't remember what it's called now. Can't remember. But that was really good. I liked it, and the artwork was Alan Davis.
What, from QI?
Yeah, that's the guy. He's aged pretty well.
Jonathan Creek.
That's right. But I really like that, and he's one of those characters that Marvel kind of use him whenever they can be bothered.
Yeah. Because it's not your atypical superhero either.
Because
it's more mystical stuff.
Yeah.
It's
all Excalibur,
King Arthur,
Merlin,
Morgana, and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
Because it's sort of guardian of the multiverse as well. 'Cause
Yes.
there's lots of different Captain Britons, and
Right.
you know, so
And that was all the stuff that Alan Moore brought in.
yes,
You know, in the early 80s. But if there was a Captain Britain title, I'd buy it.
yeah, I would,
Definitely.
yeah,
But, nah.
I mean to ask, in Marvel and the DC crossovers, they made a character that both companies could use.
yes.
Where's he now?
I think it's because they aren't working together. They've both mutually decided to drop the character.
They both hate each other.
Yes.
It would have been cool if they had like two versions of him in two universes.
Yeah. There's been a couple of instances, like DC, you had Captain Atom.
There are.
Was it Captain Atom?
There are a few characters.
And he was in the Justice League International, and he jumped universes. Something happened. There was a big cataclysmic thing, and Captain Atom, he stopped it, but because he sacrificed himself, he like exploded or imploded or whatever, and he was sent over to the Wildstorm universe. This was before Wildstorm was part of DC anyway, and he literally just jumped universes. I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him around for ages either. There's lots of these characters that I grew up reading, you know, like Captain Britain or Death's Head. I'd love there to be an ongoing Death's Head title, but there isn't one. Death's Head 2 was fantastic when that came out.
I've seen Death's Head 2 in a comic recently.
He
What
has
was
been
it?
in a couple. He was in Iron Man.
Is he not? Is he not attached to IDW now?
No, it's still a Marvel character.
Oh, what have I seen him in recently then? I know I've seen him in some at recent. Oh, actually, I think it's that X-Men '92. He's in one of the.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to I'll have to look that out.
You'll have to find that out because I really like this.
I'll look it out and I'll put it on the comments.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was in X-Men '92, maybe issue number 6, I think.
But yeah, they should make a Death's Head 3 comic. Right, moving on. Batman Beyond #1. That was pretty good. You haven't read it yet, have you, Raven?
No.
Is this another wave of comics from the Rebirth?
Yes, they had an original Batman Beyond title when it first came out, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Then they decided to change it all because originally Batman was Terry McGinnis. Do you know anything about Batman Beyond?
No.
Right, Batman Beyond was a cartoon released in the late 90s.
To follow up to Batman the Animated Series.
Yep.
Well, I think I have seen a couple of.
So it starts off, and it's in the future. That's what it's Batman
Yes,
Beyond.
yeah.
And Bruce Wayne is an old man.
Yeah,
Right?
this rings
So
a
you've
bell,
got a new kid, Terry McGinnis, who takes on the mantle of Batman.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne stays in the cave and like talks him through stuff.
Right.
So that was the first Batman Beyond. Then they redid it.
In Convergence, it started.
Was it Convergence?
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Because it was all
Convergence.
through. No. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Because the weekly series happened. What was that called?
Yeah, I can't remember. But there was a weekly series that DC did that destroyed the universe, basically.
Again?
Again, yeah. And Dick Grayson,
No, Tim
Drake, I knew it was one of them.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
Tim Drake from that timeline got sent into the future
Right.
and took over the mantle of Batman because Terry McGinnis was dead. So you've got an alternate timeline, Tim Drake in the future, and it was all right, but it was like he's a fish out of water.
Did you have to have like a map and stuff? And
Pretty
like,
much,
this
yeah.
is it here,
Yeah.
over there, and then he's gone over.
But now that they've redone it again, so Batman Beyond #1, it's gone back to Terry McGinnis again. He's like reappeared.
Tim Drake doesn't really have a good run in the Batman Beyond universe.
No, he doesn't.
Twice this has happened.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Yeah, in fact, he's died twice in the last like month in different places.
Even in like the original Batman Beyond stuff, they did something horrible.
Anyway, I like future stuff. I like alternate timeline things.
Future's
and,
End,
you know.
that was it.
Future's End, well done. Got there in the end. I like all that stuff. That's one of the reasons why I read Earth 2, because they can kill major characters and they can do these big cataclysmic events without people jumping up and down. And
see, I don't mind the alternate universe stuff.
yeah,
I just don't like it when they keep prattling around with timelines. It bugs the hell out of me. It really does. Because I used to get Exiles.
Yes.
Which was a mutant called Blink, who's been in the X-Men film Days of Future Past, and she's one of my favourite characters. So she gets dragged out of her timeline, and they put a team of different people together from different universes, and then spirit them away to different universes to try and stop certain events from going on. And that's always interesting, because you see a well-loved character being portrayed in a completely different way. So you could have somebody that's like, the archetypal good guy and be an absolute sod in another universe, and their mission is to kill him. And it's really good the way that you can get a really great story by being able to take certain characters out of the standard universe and be able to murder them or disfigure them or whatever, and the other character that everybody knows in the normal universe is untouched. And that always fascinates me. But I don't like this backwards and forwards in time malarkey.
Earth 2's on their third
Deadpool
planet,
writers.
Earth 2 is on their third planet. They keep blowing them up.
Why do they not just go to Earth 78 or
They haven't got any spaceships now.
99?
Except if you really think about it, like Superman, Supergirl, this is their fourth planet. They really suck at it.
Keep losing planets.
Just leave Krypton.
Right, okay, so that's pretty much the comics that came out this week. It was quite a busy week, actually. Next week's going to be just as busy. Right, what did we get up to this week? Raven, you finally watched Stranger Things.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
It was good. Really good. I watched it all in one day.
Nice. That's how to do it.
Even though he said, "Oh, you have to go to bed," I said, "I have to keep going." I thought there was 10 episodes, and then I'm going, okay, they found what? There's going to be 2 episodes of them doing nothing. It's ended.
Yes, if you haven't watched Stranger Things, watch it. It's brilliant.
Are we getting money for that every time? Are we getting royalties for
no, but it's
advertising
good.
Stranger
Everyone
Things?
should watch Stranger Things.
They
It's
should do,
that good.
Yeah, they should do. But we seem to be repeating ourselves.
I know, but he was the last one to watch it, so we're not going to say it now.
Okay, yeah. Watch Stranger Things.
Watch Stranger Things, yeah. Right, this is going to... See, I could have done with Adam or James here, really. Right, this week, me and Raven watched Ghostbusters.
What, the new one?
The new one. Have you seen it?
No. I'm waiting for it to come out on VHS in Blockbuster.
For 99p.
For 99p, yeah. It's in the bargain bin. It's got to be in there soon.
Well, I got it from a guy down the pub.
Okay.
It was a very good quality copy.
Are you allowed to say that? Are you going to get like people knocking on your door alongside?
I don't know. Is it illegal to watch copied stuff?
I think it is.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. I didn't know what it was until after I watched it. Is that still illegal?
Possibly.
I don't know.
No, I don't. I wouldn't say that.
I travelled back in time and watched it at the cinema. Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Right,
yeah.
that's what I did.
Yeah, and you know how much I dislike.
That's right.
Yeah,
So you
right,
can't argue with
If
that.
in the future time travel's illegal, then you did.
Shut up. Right. So we watched Ghostbusters, and I went into it with an open mind.
Did you?
I really did. I'm not one of these people that instantly jumps on the bandwagon saying it's going to be. I don't like listening to critics tell me not to watch it. I don't like. Even when somebody else that I trust says, "Do not watch this. This is," I still like to make my own mind up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will watch it and go, "Yes."
Yeah.
So I went into it thinking. In fact, I even said to Raven, just as we turned it on, as we went to the cinema to watch it, I'm expecting the special effects to be good, and I'm expecting the story to be.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's the impression that I get from the trailers.
We started watching it, and I laughed out loud within the first minute. But
I thought there was a butt coming.
But it was an Austin Powers joke, and that's why I laughed.
Right. Okay.
It's the old "That's not my bag, baby," and he pulls a book out saying, "This is my bag, baby." You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's along those lines, and it was a funny bit. So we're watching it, and it's all right. Will I watch it again? Probably not. Am I glad I watched it? Nah. It wasn't really a lot of anything, really.
No.
And I personally, because I love Ghostbusters, the first one, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a classic. But I ended up watching it just for the next cameo, because I knew they were coming.
Right.
And it's like, oh, there he is. Or, oh, there she is. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they manoeuvred the story around those cameos.
Right.
And I think the biggest disappointment was it was a wasted opportunity. They could have done so much more with it. Saying all of that, I would have to put it the same way as I do the Phantom Menace, right? When the Phantom Menace came out, I realised very quickly that it wasn't aimed at me.
No, it's aimed at a new
It's
audience.
because when the Phantom Menace came out, Raven was just literally just been born, and I realised that it was aimed at him. It wasn't aimed at me. It was aimed at him. And if I liked it, that was fine. But if I didn't like it, they didn't care.
No.
It's exactly the same with Ghostbusters. This isn't aimed at the fans at all.
No, see, now the reason why I'm not that interested in watching it is because it was meant to be a reboot.
Yep.
Then it was a sequel. Then is it a remake or no, it's a standalone. It's nothing to do with the first films. No. Or that, and it just sort of that information that kept filtering through kept changing on a weekly or monthly basis, and then when you see the trailers and you think, well, that's not particularly funny, and the idea of the trailer for me personally is to grab your attention and say, look, this film's funny, or this film's sad, or this film is scary, watch it for Christ's sake, you know, and that didn't happen for me.
No.
It just seemed like it was, because the bits that they were showing, it was almost like, right, okay, well, in the original films, the Ghostbusters were all men, and they had a ditzy receptionist, and so what we're going to do is we're going to change that round, and we're going to
everything's like the polar opposite.
4 women as Ghostbusters, and we're going to have a hunky receptionist. They're all going to you're going to get the impression that they all fancy him, and we're going to throw a few jokes in there. And it didn't really.
The trailer
really
didn't work.
No,
the trailers didn't work, and the film was actually funnier than what the trailers made out.
See, that's a shame.
Would you agree with that, Ray?
Yeah, I laughed a few times.
Not many, a few.
I think if they'd have put a few really laugh out loud bits in the trailer, I think they may well have done better.
Yeah.
In
Bottom
cinema,
line is,
and they would have grabbed more people.
It just seems like the current trend at the moment in Hollywood is just to remake everything, if it needs it or not.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this didn't need it.
No.
It was an already pretty perfect movie in the eyes of a lot of fans.
So is it a remake or is it a sequel?
No, it's a remake. It's not a sequel at all.
Right,
there is nothing in it to tie it to the originals.
So
it's got certain locations, it's got certain characters, but none of them is anything to do with the original 2 films.
So do you think that they would have done better if they'd have said it was a sequel?
Yes.
But set further in the
a few
years in the future where they've over time different people have been
and set up different franchises and things like that would have been perfect, and they would have got a load more fan support and money out of it if it was a sequel. Even if there's just cameos by the original ones, right? Even if they were to do a sequel and then literally just have cameos from them to say, dress them up as Ghostbusters and say, oh, good luck out there or something.
Yeah.
The fans would have gone, all right, I get it. This is where it is.
Yeah.
That's where that was.
Right.
I like that.
So it could have had if they were in New York and these people have got a franchise in Chicago and one of them has been there training them up to be Ghostbusters. Say I think you're all.
That would have been a far better film.
Right. Okay.
This isn't that film.
Are you listening to this? People that produced it and directed it and written it?
No, don't think they are.
Kind of like Jurassic World. It's like you will get, if you look really closely at Ghostbusters, you get to see like the logo and you go, oh yeah, I remember that from the originals. Like in Jurassic World, that the cartoon character they have explaining the DNA.
Right.
Like if you look at Jurassic World when they're going into the main bit with the skeleton, You could see him just running around on the screens.
Right.
It's just little things like that. But it was bad.
But it's sort of like, you know, I've worked in, you know, like blockbusters before, and I've worked here for a long time, and you tend to get an idea of what Joe Public is like.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when Mad Max came out. You know, us being geeks, we know that there's 4 Mad Max films, right? But someone will, you know, I was at Tesco's. Mad Max has just come out of the cinema, and there's someone stood next to me going, "Oh, Mad Max, it's out on DVD already." Well, no, that's the original one. You know, but Joe Public doesn't know that these older films exist.
Right.
You know, the younger generation. I mean, Raven's different because he's got me.
Yeah.
You know, but
He's been brought up by a geek.
Exactly. But for the ungeeky people out there, they don't care that there was a Ghostbusters in 1984. And that's who this film is aimed at. It's not aimed at the geeks or the fans. It's aimed at them.
Right.
Unfortunately.
We have spoken about stuff like this before where they just seem to forget about the people that have been loyal.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
When you take Marvel and DC, when they start mucking about with characters, you know, and they
That's
forget the loyalty that the people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s have shown over the decades.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we just want all these new people, we're going to trawl them up and we're going to get them on board. And 9 times out of 10, they don't. They're just like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that now. Yeah, I'm not interested.
It seems like now the way it's going is it's going back to the fans, isn't it? It's gone away from all this. Like, look at DC, that is directly the characters. Look at Marvel movies, that's them. Rebirth.
Yeah.
It's all going back to the fans.
Yeah. Well, DC seem to be doing the right thing at the moment with the rebirths.
Yep.
Whether Marvel are having talks at the moment to sort of follow suit because they can see how well DC have done it over it. I mean, you only have to look at the sales figures to see how well DC.
For the last 3 months, Marvel hasn't had a single issue in the top 10 comics sold for that particular month,
and that looks bad. And if you look at prior to when Rebirth
it was dominating it.
Marvel was outstripping DC massively even in the top 20.
Yeah.
You know, Marvel, I think I did write it down on a post. I think DC had something like 8 or 9. It was about 8 titles. Image had a couple, and Marvel had, you know, at least 50%, if not more.
No, it swung completely the opposite way now.
So it does look like DC are doing the right thing for the fans, and hopefully, being a Marvel fan, Marvel are going to sort of start looking at that and following suit.
Hopefully. Right, after we'd finished watching Ghostbusters, I got in the time machine again, and I watched Warhammer.
Right, okay.
Do you know anything about Warhammer?
Only there's lots
No, not Warhammer. What am I talking about? Warcraft.
Warcraft. Oh, blasphemy! It's got it wrong. I was going to say because we're just like sat.
That's what. Yeah, we're sat in a room completely filled with Warhammer. Yeah.
I watch it every week when I come and sit here.
That's right.
Warcraft. Yeah.
Have you ever played it?
No, I've never played it.
Do you know anything about it?
No, not really.
No, I didn't either.
It's all I know is it's a card game.
No, it's not.
What? Warcraft?
It's a computer game.
Oh, right, okay.
You don't even know what it is, do you?
What am I thinking of then?
You're thinking of Magic, aren't you?
I am thinking of Magic. Why did I think of Magic when you said that?
I don't know.
Because they're all exactly the same.
Well, we're going to get hate mail over that remark.
Definitely.
World of Warcraft is making their own game for cards. They deserve that.
So anyway, I watched that. Raven didn't want to watch it at all.
Is it any good?
It was alright.
Alright.
To be honest, I got bored halfway through and started looking at my phone.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So it didn't really hold your interest?
No.
See, I saw the trailers and I thought, oh, special effects on this don't look very good.
It's
almost like...
Best way to describe it for me, because I don't know anything about World of Warcraft at all. I've seen people play it. I know Leon plays it all the time. It's like if Pixar made Lord of the Rings.
Right, yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Yeah, I've been told by a few people that it's quite a good film. But like I said, I when I saw the trailer, it's on the list of films that I will get round to watching when it comes out on DVD or something, you know. But it's not on VHS yet.
Superman.
But
8mm.
Yeah.
Cine film.
Yeah.
I would have thought with them making it, and the director was his name's gone out of my head now. The same guy who did Moon, David Bowie's son.
Something Bowie?
God, no, it's not something Bowie.
What?
I can't remember. But anyway, he directed it, and I would have thought with a brand new franchise, it's never been portrayed on the big screen before, it wasn't necessarily the best story to go with. And it didn't grab me and say, you should care about this. You know, this is what this is.
Yeah.
You know? I kind of went, all right. You know, I'm not really that bothered. There wasn't anything in there for me to grab onto. And it was a bit predictable.
Have you spoken to anybody that actually played the game and have watched the film that have said, "Oh yeah, that's brilliant. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be"? No. You're the first people I've spoken to about it. Right. So I wonder what those people that
it would be interesting. I will ask.
Might be worth asking Leon.
Right. Okay. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll ask Leon.
Well, can we have a bit of lift music on now, and then
Did you watch the World of Warcraft movie?
No.
Are you going to watch it?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not interested in it.
Ooh.
Because you think it's going to be.
I'm just not interested in it.
Okay. Right.
Right. So out of one person that have been interviewed.
Yes. Straw poll of one person.
Straw poll of one person
who plays the game,
which is nearly as good as all these.
Well, it's 100%.
All the L'Oreal adverts where they say 97% of 102 people have been asked and say that they agree. What did he say then?
He's not going to watch it.
He's not watching it.
No, he refuses to watch it because he thinks it's going to be.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
That doesn't bode well, does it?
No.
100% of people have said that's crap.
That's right.
That's terrible.
But don't take my word for it. Make your own mind up and you can watch it.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
it looks good. It looks pretty. Like
I said, it's on the list of ones that I
watch it when you've got sod all else to do.
Yeah. Yes. Then you don't feel like you've wasted 2 hours of your life.
Yes.
And think, I could have done something better, like clip my toenails.
That's right.
Yeah. Where that came from.
Okay. Right, okay. One of the other films that I watched this week was Swiss Army Man, which is the new Daniel Radcliffe film.
Yes, I have seen this advertised. It looks quite good.
It's right. Okay, this isn't spoiling it in any way, right? Maybe this is going to spoil the teeny tiny, eeny little bit, right?
Does he have a little knife?
Yes. Right. Okay, this is a little tiny bit, and you will understand when I get to the end. Right, you've got a guy on an island, a desert island.
Yeah.
Right, you can walk around this island within like 2 minutes. It's that small. Right. And in the middle of this island is a cave. And a guy is being shipwrecked. And he's had enough. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He's got no one to talk to, so he's going to kill himself. So he's going to hang himself from the top of the cave. Right? It's literally just one cave in the middle of this island, and he just decided to hang himself. Right. So he stood there, and he's put the noose around his neck, and as he's just about to step off the box that he stood on, he notices a body wash up on the beach. So he gets off the box, he goes over to the body, turns it over, and it's Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
Wow.
For the ones that don't know. You're like, wow, Harry Potter! Right,
so, get us off his island.
Right? But he's dead. Right? He's completely dead. He tries to pulse everything, but now he's dead. So he's like, fine, typical, I'm going to go back to hanging myself. Right? So he gets back on the box and he puts the noose around his neck. And as he stood there and he's just about to step off the box, the tide comes in and the Daniel Radcliffe body starts bouncing up and down. Right? Farting.
Right,
through flatulence, basically. And it goes into the water. Right? And then he notices that the body isn't sinking. So now he's had a brainwave that if he sits on the body, he can use the farts to propel himself to the mainland. Right? So, bear with it. No, hold it together. Right? So he gets back off the box and he gets the rope and he goes and sits on the body. Right? He pulls the trousers down. Right? And then it's not like a little motorboat. It turns into a jet ski. And he's like... Right? That's where the opening credits happen to the movie.
What?
Right? That is literally the first 3 minutes of the film. And it gets even weirder after that.
By this time, are you thinking, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah! Yeah, all of that happens before the credits. So it's a pretty mental movie. Quite what you can compare it to, I'm not entirely sure, but it's worth watching. Definitely.
Alright, okay. I'm adding that to my list of things to watch.
Okay. Have you got a list?
I've got a list. I've got a physical list.
They haven't got a physical
got a
list.
physical
You
list.
haven't got a physical
I've
list.
physically got a list.
No, you
on
haven't got a list.
I've physically got a list on my computer.
You've got an electronic list on your computer, not a
it's-
physical.
Well, the computer's physical, so
But
it's
not the
phys-
content on it. That isn't physical.
Well, it is if I print it out.
But you've got to print. That means it's not physical at the moment.
Well, it is physical because it's physically on my computer, and then if I print it out, it's physically in my hands on a bit of paper. So
But it's
it
not
is a
physical yet
list.
because you haven't printed it out.
Well, it's not in my head, is it?
For this physical conversation twice now.
Why are we doing it a second time anyway?
Oh, I don't know. Something to do with time machines.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
day-
know.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
It's
It's like-
illegal in the future.
I'm feeling a bit of deja vu. It's almost like we've had this conversation before. And
No,
we had to record it again because something went wrong.
No, because we've got the state of the art equipment and we know what we're doing because we're professionals.
Now, part of that statement I feel is incorrect.
Which part? All of it.
The professional.
Right. Okay. Right. So what's coming out next week? No, we're not doing that yet. We're
No.
doing Sandman. What are we going to do? Sandman this week, or are we going to talk about it next week when Adam's back?
Well, I think we should talk about it when Adam's back.
Okay.
Because then we can then rib him about the fact that he hasn't read it.
Okay.
Or
listen to this.
or listen to this. There is no cartoon, I believe, so he can't,
He can't
watch
watch
it
it.
either.
No, there isn't a cartoon.
So what? So my,
Okay, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah,
then.
my thoughts are that exactly.
Okay, fair enough then. So, what's coming out next week? All New Wolverine 13, Amazing Spider-Man 19, Batman number 8, which is Night of the Monster Men Part 4, which has been really good. I'm enjoying that.
Good.
Big Trouble in Little China meets Escape from New York number 1. I'm really looking forward to that. It's a mental mix-up, but it's going to be good.
Sounds interesting.
It's going to be good.
That was announced months ago.
It was months ago.
Was it? Was it about 4 months ago?
It was 4 months ago.
Ah, okay.
Cyborg number 2, Death of Hawkman number 1,
Is he
Death
going
of
to die
X.
this time?
Look, are you coming up with all my lines from the last time we recorded this? This isn't right. I want money for this. You're taking words out of my
We
mouth.
have to get there first.
This is not fair.
Death of X number 1.
Oh, I'm
Would
looking
you-
forward to that. Well, no, shut up.
Would you like to talk about Death of X number 1, Graham?
Shut up.
After Civil War.
This is not funny. It's hilarious. Now,
I think this explains a lot, actually.
What?
Because Raven thinks this is what needs to be said so he can say something now. So he's getting in there as quickly as possible.
yeah, but he should have thought about it first. All right, okay. If we're playing that one game, Death of X, isn't that supposed to have come out after Secret Wars? No, it's supposed to be Civil War.
I said Civil War. Do you know what you're talking about? No.
Right, shut up.
Oh God.
Green Arrow number 8, Harley Quinn number 5, He-Man Thundercats number 1.
They seem to have a lot of...
You don't even know what I said that time, do you?
I kind of backed.
He kind of blacked out. So even Raven's getting bored.
Yes. No, that's done by IDW.
It is, yes.
done by, and they've got quite a lot of franchises from the 1980s.
They have.
Like
For
Ron.
instance,
Mask, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Rom.
Raven, stop laughing.
Yeah, it's not funny. No,
It's serious stuff.
we should have gone home by now.
We should have gone home by
We've
now.
recorded this once already.
No, we haven't. Shut up.
All right, okay.
It's
don't tell
wibbly
anybody.
wobbly, timey wimey. Justice League number 6, Midnight Apollo number 1, Superman 8, Transformers 57, Uncanny X-Men 14, Walking Dead 159, and we're getting the Preacher Pops in next week, which are going to be very popular because you still haven't watched Preacher yet, have you, Graham?
How did you know that?
Oh, it's just a hunch.
Just a hunch, yeah.
Is it on your list?
It's on my list.
Your physical list.
my physical, non-physical list. Oh dear.
Oh no, now my head hurts.
Yeah, so does mine.
Right, okay, has anyone
But I
got
think
anything
it's-
else that they need to talk about?
I
Again.
can't remember.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Did you want to talk about Wonder Woman? No, we'll ignore that.
I went to Adam's here because he probably has strong feelings about it.
That's true. We'll wait until Adam's.
Does he fancy Wonder Woman then? Is that
I
what
don't
it
know.
is? Is he
I
the
don't know.
person that trawled the internet going like, no, they shouldn't have done this to this character?
He might have. Right, I think that's it.
Is that it?
Is that it?
I think so. That didn't take long, did it?
It didn't take long.
That was lucky.
That was rather quick. In fact, that was quicker than the last time.
It was, because I think there was a lot of guff that was spoken the last time we recorded.
Went off on a bit of a tangent. Right, I apologise if this podcast is unlistenable. It's not our fault.
and unprofessional towards the end.
Yeah. Kind of lost it a bit, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not doing it a third time.
No.
No,
If
definitely.
only we could go back in time and do it again.
It's illegal.
Time travel's illegal.
For the third time.
Right, okay, that's it. I'm abandoning this podcast.
Yeah.
Sod it.
That's it. All out.
Yes. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're doing that next week.
Yeah.
Right, okay, bye.
See ya.